Hello and welcome back to Kingdom Creator Connective Collective. I'm going to give you a hard truth. You need to write the book. But I don't want to write the book. You need to write the book. You have something that people need, and you need to write the book about it. Now, some might say, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do it this way. That's not the way to go. That's not the way to go about promoting that thing. Maybe you should. Maybe you should figure out the best way for you to do something. Maybe you should figure out the best route for you to get the thing done. A lot of people get caught up in the weeds part of developing their content. They're like, I don't know where to start. Write an outline. That's very easy. If you created a YouTube channel and you have figured out what your niche is, your sub niches, your sub niches, there you go. What are the topics that you most like talking about? Write those down. Organize them in order. Create the book. Maybe you want to start off with a short ebook because you want to test. This is a good thing. You want to test the market for what it is that you're desiring to sell in the fullness of what it is. See if people are interested. See if people are following it. See if people are clicking through it. See if people like what you're talking about. Do polls. Ask questions. A/B test the content. Then you take the information that people most liked and you make a 5-chapter book. Then you took that information and you put it together. Maybe you did a 5-set podcast, 5 episodes. You link those 5 episodes in the ebook as ebook links. That's going to give them more content in relation to what it is that you were talking about in those blog posts, in those chapters. You tested out the content. If people were buying it and people were interested in it, then you can expound upon it into a 15, a 20, a 27 chapter book where you're doing the breakdown on what it is that you want people to get from your book. But you never give them everything in every place. Meaning, if I'm going to give you something on YouTube, I'm not going to give you everything I'm going to give you here. I'm going to give you some here, some on my podcast, some in my blog articles. You put it all together, there you go. Then, when I put together my book, everything's in there. Anything that was missing is in the book. See how that works? Write the book. We talked about the development of the ebook. You can go online. You create your outline. Now, they got things like Word Genie that you can go in, tell the system what you want to create in your book. It will create the outline for you. And maybe what you will do is you go from that point and you'll write your book from the outline that they create you. And then you'll take it and you'll copy and paste it into the formatting template that they have. Bam, bam, boom. They'll format what you wrote into something that is legible and readable for the reader. I always am about authenticity. I just can't imagine having a whole book written and I didn't have my hand in it in any way, shape, or form. And it's not a control factor. It's about the fact of the authenticity of it, that I want my touch that makes me authentic in that content. Because even AI generation, they check when you be posting stuff that isn't or is 100% AI. They don't really like that. These social media systems do not like that. They want to know that what you're writing is at least 80 to 90% written by you. That's why I do that. I would rather have 95% written by me and let the system format the other 5%. You can dictate your book. You can type out each chapter. You can go through and let ChatGPT edit it. You can go and look up supportive research. I remember the first book that I sat down and I really wanted to write. I went and I did and got 9 pages of research that were my parenthetical notations throughout the book. The book stayed in my hands too long and ended up being 500 pages, but I wrote my book. You want to add quotes. You want to add all of these things. You need to have placeholders. Where you want to store this book. Are you going to go on to Kindle KDP? Let me explain something to you about Kindle. Amazon thinks they slick. They will take 70% of your sale and give you 30%. And I'm not lying. And then limit you to the point that you can only price the book at $9. And a lot of people will price their book at $26. $17 to $26. And some even make their books more than that. Why? Cost of shipping, cost of printing, cost of figure out what you want to do. There was this thing called years ago, author something, I can't remember what it is, that they would help you where you would give them the transcript, and if you went through with them, that not your first book but your second book, especially for those of you that are fictional writers, they could turn your thing into a film and or movie. Author House, that's what it was. And they had great packages. You know what your biggest catch-22 in a lot of those cases are? This is why you have to be careful to not get, ooh, I love the idea of this. They own the rights to your book because you're literally selling the rights to your book to these individuals. And when you sell the rights to your book to these individuals, if they don't sell it appropriately and it gets stuck, that is not being promoted, then you end up in a situation where your book not going nowhere. And now you can't take it nowhere else because you gave exclusivity rights to that company. Be warned. Be forewarned. This is why taking your ebook and just drag dropping it into a formatter, drag dropping it into a lulu.com or a PayHip. Just drop your cover in. There's 3D covers. You go on to Google and look up 3D covers, and you can download those for free. Just have your image, and you can create your own image. You can do 3D AI images if you know where to get them for commercial sale. You have to pay for even the lowest amount to get it on Bing, Midjourney. Does ChatGPT do it? I'm not sure. But you can create your image and then use that image and convert that image for your cover into a 3D cover for promotional sales, and you can create you a PayHip account. If you use PayPal, do that. Because PayPal, you'll be able to just drag drop the book, drag drop a summary in there, boom, 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 and people will be able to download the book like that. Now, if you want physical copies, like I said, Author House, Page Plus. As a Christian, there's some Christian book companies that, depending on your Christian content, they will look at your book and see if they can publish it for you. Think about what it is you're writing about. What is your book about? Is it music? Is it a book? Is it screenplays, like a manuscript? Because these things can later be sold where you sell the rights to it. That's how movies get made. They sell the rights to the film company, and the film company turns it into a film. That's why I say, if you wanted a way into the movies, do Author House. But that's just some suggestions. What are you really interested in doing? What do you want to develop? Think broad. Let the sky be the limit. And then if you want to develop the project out, hint, hint, use Milanote. Milanote takes you through every phase of the process of developing an idea from beginning to end, especially for my fiction writers. And if you want to do something on fiction on here, let me explain something to you. Something I figured out. There are these people that used to do these stories on YouTube that I used to love listening to, but I got away from listening to scary stuff after I became Christian, so I couldn't listen to that stuff no more. But all they were doing was reading with inflection on YouTube. They put a picture up and read, or they use something like Second Life and develop an entire film that they would read for about 10 minutes, and you could watch their videos. Create a whole channel on this. Then turn your book or turn your little short stories into an ebook, into a vlog, into a podcast, and then plot out your storylines in Milanote. Food for thought. So that was my spiel. Thank you. I hope you like that bonus. Till next time, much love, faith, peace, and blessings to you. Bye.